Basic setup for project efficiency, creating color variables. Setting up a consistent design system in your project is essential for ensuring visual harmony and efficient development. One of the foundational steps in achieving this is by creating and using color variables. Instead of hard-coding color values repeatedly, defining them as variables enhances both scalability and maintainability. This approach ensures that when you decide to update a color, you only need to make the change in one location, and it propagates throughout the project. Begin by determining the primary, secondary, and accent colors for your application's theme. Typically, this includes colors for backgrounds, text, buttons, and highlights. Create a dedicated file, such as colors.dart in Flutter or colors.js in JavaScript, to store these variables. Define them using descriptive names, for instance, primary color, secondary color, and error color. This not only makes your codebase more readable but also allows team members to quickly grasp the design intentions behind each color choice. Applying a font family for consistent typography. Typography is a vital aspect of user interface design, influencing readability and aesthetic appeal. Applying a consistent font family across your application ensures a cohesive user experience. Start by selecting a font that aligns with your application's branding and tone. Popular options like Roboto, Open Sans, or custom fonts often cater to various styles, from formal to playful. To implement a font family globally, integrate it into your project's theme settings. For example, in Flutter, use the theme data class to set the font family property, pointing to your desired font. Ensure that you've included the font files in your project and updated the pubspec.yaml file to load them. For web projects, link the font style sheet in your HTML file or import it via a package manager. Once applied globally, all text widgets or elements inherit the specified font, eliminating the need for repetitive declarations. This strategy not only reduces redundancy but also facilitates effortless updates if the font needs to be changed later. Creating a heading for player names. Clear and visually distinct headings for player names enhance user engagement and improve data organization. When designing a heading for player names, focus on size, weight, and spacing to differentiate it from regular text. In Flutter, consider using the text widget with style properties like font size, font weight, and color. For instance, a bold and slightly larger font size works well for headings, ensuring they catch the user's attention. Wrap the heading in a container or a padding widget to provide adequate spacing, preventing it from appearing cluttered. If your application features a list of players, consider using a list view widget with each item styled consistently. To further enhance the design, incorporate icons or badges alongside player names, denoting their rank or status. These subtle additions not only add a layer of interactivity but also improve the overall user experience. Optimizing color variables for dark and light modes. Incorporating dark and light modes into your application has become a standard practice, offering users flexibility and comfort. When setting up color variables, plan for both themes from the beginning. Use a color palette generator or design tool to select complementary shades for each mode. Store these in separate maps or classes, such as light colors and dark colors. In Flutter, you can leverage the theme data class to switch themes dynamically based on user preferences or system settings. For instance, define a theme mode variable and toggle between theme mode.light and theme mode.dark. Ensure your color variables are used consistently across all widgets to avoid mismatched styles. Testing both modes thoroughly is crucial, as subtle differences in contrast can significantly impact readability and usability. By thoughtfully planning your color variables, you ensure a seamless and visually appealing experience for users, regardless of their preferred theme. Customizing fonts for different sections. While a global font family creates uniformity, customizing fonts for specific sections adds a layer of distinction and hierarchy to your design. For instance, you might choose a bold, decorative font for headings, a clean sans serif for body text, and a mono-spaced font for code snippets or statistics. In Flutter, this can be achieved by defining multiple text style objects in your theme or as constants in a separate file. Use these styles selectively by applying them to the style property of text widgets. This approach not only simplifies style management but also ensures consistency across similar components. Experiment with font weights, sizes, and letter spacing to create a balanced visual hierarchy. When implementing custom fonts, remember to test their readability across various screen sizes and resolutions to maintain accessibility. Designing an accessible and responsive typography system. Accessibility and responsiveness are key considerations when designing a typography system. Ensure your text is legible for users with varying levels of vision by adhering to recommended contrast ratios and font sizes. For headings, choose a minimum size of 24px or its equivalent, scaling down proportionally for subheadings and body text. Use tools like dynamic font scaling in Flutter, MediaQuery.text scale factor, to adapt text sizes based on user preferences. Additionally, implement responsive design principles to adjust font sizes for different screen dimensions. In a multi-language application, consider the nuances of different scripts, as some may require additional spacing or alternative font families for optimal readability. By prioritizing accessibility and responsiveness, you create a user-friendly interface that accommodates a diverse audience. Using semantic names for colors and fonts. Semantic naming of colors and fonts improves code clarity and maintainability. Instead of using vague names like Blue 1 or Font 1, opt for descriptive terms such as primary background, highlight text, or error font. This practice ensures that developers can quickly understand the purpose and context of each variable, reducing the learning curve for new team members. In addition, semantic names align with the principles of self-documenting code, minimizing the need for extensive comments. When naming colors and fonts, consider their roles in your application's design system and future scalability. For instance, a variable named success color can adapt to different shades of green depending on the theme, without requiring a name change. This foresight streamlines updates and enhances collaboration within the development team. Enhancing UI with dynamic color transitions. Dynamic color transitions add a polished and interactive feel to your application. These transitions can be used for hover effects, theme changes, or animations, creating a seamless visual flow. In Flutter, leverage the animated container widget to implement smooth color changes based on state variables. For example, when toggling between light and dark modes, animate the background color transition to enhance user perception. Similarly, apply gradients or animated overlays to emphasize actions like button presses or item selections. Ensure these transitions are subtle and quick, typically under 300 milliseconds, to maintain a responsive interface. Testing transitions on various devices is crucial, as performance can vary based on hardware capabilities. Structuring code for scalability and reusability. Well-structured code is the backbone of scalable and maintainable projects. Centralizing design elements, such as colors and fonts, into dedicated files promotes reusability and reduces duplication. For instance, create a theme.dart file to encapsulate your application's color schemes, typography, and spacing guidelines. Group related variables and components into logical modules, ensuring that each file serves a specific purpose. This modular approach not only simplifies navigation but also facilitates parallel development, enabling team members to work independently on different sections. Regularly refactor and review your codebase to identify and eliminate redundancy. By adhering to these practices, you build a robust foundation for your project, accommodating future growth and complexity. Iterating on player name headings for user engagement. The design of player name headings plays a significant role in capturing user attention and conveying information effectively. Experiment with different font styles, colors, and decorations to find a combination that resonates with your audience. Incorporate dynamic elements like hover effects or animations to add interactivity. For example, when a user hovers over a player's name, display additional details or stats in a tooltip or pop-up. This approach not only enriches the user experience but also encourages exploration and engagement. Collecting user feedback is essential for refining these designs, as real-world usage often reveals insights that static testing cannot. Continuously iterating on player name headings ensures they remain relevant and effective, aligning with evolving user expectations and design trends.